Hi everyone, my name is Elisabeth and I'm an international student from Ålesund, which is a city in Norway. And growing up in Norway, we would listen to fairy tales at night around the bonfire, or we would watch fairy tale movies in school or during sleepover parties. And today I'm going to be telling you one of my favorite childhood fairy tales that I always wanted to hear over and over again, and it's called The Boy Who Had an Eating Match with a Troll. So let's begin. Once upon a time there was a farmer who had 3 sons. His means were small and he was old and weak, and his sons would take to nothing. A fine large forest belonged to the farm, and one day the father told his sons to go and chop some wood, so he could try to pay off some of his debts. Well, after a long talk he got them to set off, and the eldest was to go first. But when he had got well into the wood and began to chop at a mossy old tree, what should he see coming up to him but a great sturdy troll? "If you chop this wood of mine," said the troll, "I'll kill you." When the son heard that, he threw the axe down and ran off home as fast as he could lay legs to the ground. So he came in quite out of breath and told him what had happened, but his father called him a hare heart. No troll would have ever scared him from chopping wood when he was young, he said. Next day the second son's turn came, and he went just the same. He had chopped only 3 trees in the forest before the troll came to him too and said, "If you chop this wood of mine, I'll kill you." The son dared not so much even look at him, and threw down the axe, took to his heels, and came scampering home just like his brother. So when he got home, his father was angry again, and said no troll had ever scared him when he was young. The third day, Boots wanted to set off. "You indeed," said the 2 elder brothers. "You'll do it bravely, no doubt. You who never ever even set your foot out of the door." Boots said nothing to this, but only begged to give them some food to bring along. His mother had no cheese, so she set the pot on the fire to make him a little, and he put it into a container and set off. So when he had chopped wood for a bit, the troll came to him too, and said, "If you keep chopping this wood of mine, I'll kill you." But Boots was not slow. He pulled his cheese out of the container and squeezed it till the whey spurted out. "Hold your tongue," he cried to the troll, "or I'll squeeze you as I squeezed the water out of this white stone." "No, dear friend," said the troll, "only spare me, and I'll help you chop wood." Well, on those terms, Boots was willing to spare him, and the troll chopped wood so bravely that they felled and cut up many trees that day. But when the evening drew near, the troll said, "Now you'd better come home with me, for my house is nearer than yours." So Boots was willing enough, and when they reached the troll's house, the troll was to make up the fire, while Boots went to fetch water for their porridge, and there stood 2 iron pails so big and heavy that he couldn't so much as lift them from the ground. So when he came back with the water, they sat to and boiled up a great pot of porridge. "It's all the same to me," said Boots, "but if you're of my mind, we'll have an eating competition." "Oh, with all my heart," said the troll, for he thought he could surely win the eating competition. So they sat down, but Boots took his bag without the troll knowing and laid it on his belly. And so he spooned more into the bag than he actually ate himself, and when the bag was full, he took up his knife and made a slit in the bag. The troll looked on all the while, but never said a word. So when they had eaten a bit longer, the troll laid down his spoon, saying, "No, I can't eat anything more." "But you shall eat," said Boots. "I'm only half done. Why don't you do as I did, and cut a hole in your belly? You'll be able to eat then as much as you please." "But doesn't it hurt really bad?" asked the troll. "Oh," said Boots, "nothing to speak of." And so did the troll as Boots said, and then you must know very well that he lost his life. But Boots took all the silver and gold that he found in the hillside and went home with it. And you may know that it went a great way to pay off the debt. And that was the ending of the fairy tale. It didn't end very well for the troll, but for the father and the 3 brothers, it went amazing. And I'll end the fairy tale by saying the traditional Norwegian ending, which goes like this: Snipp, snapp, snute, så var eventyret ute. And lastly, if you wonder what that translates to, there's actually not a direct translation, but it's pretty much like, and then the fairy tale was over. Thank you for listening!